I'm going to give you a great, great diagnostic test. And here's the thing, you can use this test in a non invasive way. You don't even have to stick it up somebody's nose or your own. You can use this test for yourself to determine a certain kind of psychological, spiritual well being, and you can use this test for others. And it is a very simple test. It won't cost you a penny. You don't even have to drive through the drugstore to get it. And here's the test, it's called the word no. N-O. N-O. N-O is a standalone test. Okay. You don't need to put a bunch of other stuff with it. It's just the word no. Okay. So, how do we use this test? Well, the first way you use it is, and one of the strongest principles of life is we have to look at ourselves first, examine ourselves first. Remember the old thing that Jesus said, get the log out of our own eye first, and then we can see clearly to deal with other people. And other people that are always looking at everybody else's faults instead of our own first, then they don't get very far in life. Okay. So the first thing I want you to look at is, what is my relationship with the word no? Okay. In two ways. Can I say it without getting lockjaw? I remember I told somebody one time, okay, here's what you do. You're going to set a limit or say no to something, and you think about this, and you get all ready, and then you go to the person, and you go, okay. And by the time it gets about right here, it turns into okay, and it flips. How easily accessible to you is your no? Or is it bound with what psychologists call an aggressive conflict? What an aggressive conflict means is, see, no is an aggressive term, not angry, not mean. What it means is it has energy to, move something. Like, it's not a joining word, it's an unjoining word, and we that's one of the drives we have in life is, it helps move our projects forward. For example, how can you aggressively go towards a goal if you can't say no when people are trying to get you off of your path, right? So aggressive conflicts means that I can't utilize my good energy, initiative, assertiveness, aggression, not anger, but any of that. I can't use it without getting into conflict. It's not free. I can't freely use it. I can't freely say no without feeling guilty, fearing hurting somebody, fearing rejection, fearing retaliation, fearing I won't be a good person if I say no. It's bound up in a bunch of conflict. Okay. You need to have a conflict free no in life. That's what Jesus said. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. He said anything more that you wrap around that is not good. So can you say no when you need to reach in your toolbox? Can you pull out your no hammer and go, nope, tap that nail, all done. All right. That's the first part of this test. Second part of the test. Are you sitting down? Because this might bug you a little bit. Okay. If you're human, this will probably bug you. But one of the goals in life is to get to where this doesn't bug us and we can actually love it. Okay. First thing I said was, can you say no? This one is a little different. Can you receive no? Can you hear no in a conflict free way? How does no feel to you? See, if we're going to have a loving relationship with somebody and they're not free to say no to me, because when they say no, I feel like I'm rejected, or they say no to my idea and I feel like I'm disapproved of, or they say no to something I want and I can't stand the delay of gratification, or I can't hear no when my own brain says it. When I say, I want this, and the higher parts of me say, well, I know you want it, but that's not a good idea. So say no. And I can't receive that, so I go do it anyway because I have no delay of gratification, no impulse control, or I judge somebody. Well, you just don't love me. You don't care about me when they say no to me. How's it going when we think about that? Now, I get great empathy for you. I am not judging you. I mean, I have problems on both sides of that as well. But here's what I do know: the most successful, the most achieving, the most loving, the most integrated whole people are able to hear no and receive no without love going away. And that's the big, big, big goal. Have you ever noticed that God, who loves us unconditionally, has no problem with saying no? You ever notice that? Now think about you if you have kids, okay? Did you stop loving them when you said no? I don't want you to eat that right now, or I don't want you to go and run in the street, or not any loss of love. It's just a no. Okay. Go through the day, go through the week. When you need to say no and when you need to hear no, just doing a little emotional check-in to how that's going. Okay, speaking of